So we're live during the middle of the day to report another injury. We're going to talk about it. And guess what? Eric is not in Houston. Let's start right now.
Jainel Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we update you joins for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talk Astros. Find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett, where can I find you at?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on X, Instagram, and TikTok. They can find me at Stros411 on X and on Facebook, and back to the bullpen. Well, actually, Wheelhouse Media Company on YouTube and all over the interwebs. Look, just follow me. Look for H-Town Wheelhouse. Why? Because I'm always positive, always Stros.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen. Between Brett and I, we have 16 years of combined podcasting experience. So thank you for all our everydayers, people that made that listen to the podcast, whether it's at the airport, on the plane, on the way back from the airport, whatever it is. Just go ahead and make us your first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, and please help us get to 15,000 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that little button down there that says subscribe. And today's episode is brought to you by the College World Series, which is happening right down the road from me right now. And it was amazing how many people were walking around with bats and bags full of bats at the airport. So that was pretty cool to see. So, Brett, yeah, I'm in Nebraska, Grand Island, Nebraska, of all the places to be. So it's very interesting out here.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the games today ended with a no-hitter. I don't know if you saw that. Arkansas beat Murray State in the elimination game by throwing a no-hitter. So some pretty exciting things. I'm excited because LSU is playing tonight. I'm hoping the Tigers win. I'm pulling for the Tigers this year in the College World Series.
Yes. So it was awesome to see all that. But we were just going to test. I just want to see what the Wi-Fi was. And then we're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a show. Lance McCullers, he hit the IL. What's going on with Lance McCullers? And then also we got Jason Alexander coming up. Is this the guy from Seinfeld or is this somebody else? And then we got the AllStar balloting. The votes are coming out and Brett has his opinion on the All-Star game hat. So this is some of the things that we'll talk about on this Locked On Astros podcast. So let's get started before anybody jumps the gun and says it's his elbow again. It's not his elbow. It's a foot, what they're calling a right foot sprain.
Yep, and I can tell you that according to a source that I talked to today, he did this while working out. So this is he was in the gym. He was working out. And so it just was an accident. It's not his arm. There's no ligament damage. It's nothing like that. You know, the team's being honest. Now that's not being publicized out in the public sphere. But for all intents and purposes, that's what it is, to put context on it. I know there's a lot of people saying he's glass and how does he sprain his foot? Well, it was an ankle injury he sustained in the gym. If you've been in the gym any amount of time, you know that those accidents do happen, and it's unfortunate. I've heard that he may lose or may miss about 2 starts, is what I'm hearing, being on the IL. If it's a 15-day stint, that makes sense. So that's what I've heard, Eric. And the person that shared this information with me, I trust them very much. So you hate to hear it. But it's good that it's not his arm. It's good that it's not an elbow, because Lance has really been, he's really been stellar compared to not even being on this roster because of injury. So the foot sprain will keep him out for 2 starts. Again, an injury in the gym, it can happen to any of us. So it's not because Lance is injury prone or whatever, just a freak accident. And so, we're bringing up one of the cast from Seinfeld.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second, but Lance McCullers had a 4.19 ERA over his first 7 starts. He had some highs, he had some lows, but he gave you a brief glimpse of what you can expect when he's healthy. And this is the Lance McCullers that the Astros need, because they have good 3/5 or 3/6 of their rotation right now are rookies. Jason Alexander, I'm not sure what his rookie stat is, how long. I know he's had some time in the major leagues, but go and pull that up. I forgot to pull that up in a hotel. But definitely I believe that he's already played in the major leagues at some point. But Jason Alexander, but the Astros do have a lot of rookies. So right now you have 2 proven guys in Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, and you're counting on Lance McCullers. So this is a big hit. The Astros have been playing great baseball, and a lot of it has to do with how Lance McCullers came back. And after his first couple of starts, he kind of got back in a groove. And so this will be a big loss for the Houston Astros. Don't be like, well, he hasn't pitched for 2 years. This is not going to be a big deal. Lance McCullers has been that veteran guy for the past couple of weeks outside of the top 2. So this will be a big loss for the Astros, especially if it goes a lot longer than 2 or 3 starts.
Yeah, exactly. So Jason Alexander in his career for regular season, Eric, is 2-3, 6.37 ERA, 11 games started, 22 games pitched in, 77.2 innings pitched, a 1.71 whip, and 51 strikeouts. Now, this is not Jason Alexander.
It looks like Jason Alexander. It looks like a bad.
It looks
Jason
like a
Alexander
bad photo edit by Wheelhouse, but no, this is not Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. But this is Jason Alexander, the guy that's wearing the Oakland A's hat. Yes, I said Oakland. But this is a guy that you bring up, that you sign, and someone on X earlier today jokingly said, had Lance McCullers Jr. gotten injured a few days earlier, he probably could have salvaged Forrest Whitley's time in Houston, because Forrest Whitley more than likely would not have been let go had he been on the IL sooner. But again, this was an accident that happened while working out, so that's not anything you could forecast. Just like the Astros have done with Brandon Walter, just like the Astros have done with Charlie Morton. And I'm not saying that Jason Alexander is either one of those guys, but they have a way of getting the most out of guys that aren't expected to do a whole lot, right? So you have to trust the Astros pitching department, because they have a very high success rate.
Yeah, so Jason Alexander in AAA, he has a 1.74 ERA in 20 2/3 innings. He was claimed by the A's last month, so he is 32 years old. So he is no spring chicken, as they would say, but he is what the Astros have right now. You don't have too many more options. Obviously, they don't want to bring up Michael Eola yet. They want to give him some more experience at AAA. So this is who the Astros have. So they added him to the 40-man roster. So he last pitched for the Sugarland on Wednesday, and he'll be on 6 days rest if he pitches on Tuesday against the Ace. So I think he'll just slide right into Lance McCullers' spot in rotation, and we are where we are. And it's good that the Astros have built the lead that they have. They have a 4.5 game lead over the Mariners, who did win their game yesterday. So they do have that cushion. That's when I was teaching, I always said, you always, before the final exam come, you always have that grade high enough, just in case if you fail the final exam, you have that cushion in case you fall. And that's what the Astros have done. Now they're going to go through this rough stretch. Not only are they in the middle of this 13-game stretch where they're not going to have an off day, but now they're also down another starter. So, Brett, how they recover from this, we'll continue talking about this next. Thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day.
This episode is brought to you by Supply House. Supply House is there for your plumbing, HVAC, and electrical product needs. Save 5% off with the code SH5 in your first order. Look, as the son of a master electrician, I know that getting parts to the job on time is important. With over 200 plus parts from 400 plus trusted top brands in the U.S. Supply House is there to help you. Not only that, they give you a dedicated phone line. And if you join the program for the pros that they have, you will get this phone line with a person that you can talk to every time. You don't have to press 1 and press 3 and press 4 and send yourself all over the phone system just to get the answer you want. And their experts are there to help you on a daily basis. So don't waste time anymore looking for parts. Go to supplyhouse.com and make sure that you realize that this is the only place that you're going to get the expert service, the personal service, and a 5% on your first order off, which could be a big deal, make or break you on a job bid for those professionals. So go to supplyhouse.com with the SH5 code for 5% off your first order. Do that today.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Make us first listen wherever you are, and go ahead and subscribe to us. Help us get to 15,000 subscribers. And Brett, somebody mentioned it in chat, but the Astros right now, they've been doing it all year with all the injuries. It's the next man up mentality. They got to continue doing that. Jason Alexander is just the next man up, and you just got to go forward and continue winning. And so, Brett, does this change your mind at all at the trade deadline as to, do you go after a starting pitcher, or is your primary focus still at go and get a bat?
Well, I mean, according to Dana Brown, their focus is clearly on both. Which one is more needed? The answer is yes. They're both needed. Right. A left-handed bat, I know I'm really, really in love with the idea of O'Hearn coming here to the Astros, even if he's a rental, but he is 31. I don't think he would be too tough to re-sign. He's got a high upside. He is a first baseman, plays outfield and DH. So he's kind of in that catch-22 spot. You've got Altuve in left field. You've got Yordan in left field. You've got the DH thing. I mean, do you have a 3-man platoon in those 3 positions? I don't know. But I think someone like that, Eric, if you could get him on the cheap, considering that he has $16 million coming to him in total, get the Orioles to pay for some of that. Everybody says, well, the Orioles price will be too high because he would be the hottest bat that people are after. That's true, but he's only going to be somewhere for a half season possibly, and then he's going to probably test the free agent market. So with Lance McCullers having this injury, I think it does bring up the point or the importance of keeping focus on the pitching. But even before that, you've got to make sure that your guys here in the clubhouse are healthy. You got to make sure Gordon's able to go out, Gusto's able to go out, Walter's able to go out. Miguel Uola, hopefully he gets that walk rate down. If he continues to help to improve that, he comes and probably helps the team on a spot start. All right. And then you say, yeah, but you've got Arrighetti coming back. You got the other 2 guys coming back late July, early August. But what happens if they come back and they don't do well? So I think a pitcher and a left-handed bat are both needed. Now, how they get those both done, I don't know. Do they have the resources? It doesn't seem like it. But that's why Dana Brown's a GM. And I promise you, he's burning the phone lines up probably as we speak, exploring all options.
Don't forget, at some point, the Astros will be getting Yordan Alvarez back. And apparently, baseball fans are not paying attention to the season because they are voting for Alvarez for DH. We're not disagreeing. We know that he's a great player, but he's not having an all-star season. So what's going on so far, Brett, with the All-Stros? Are we going to have a All-Stros roster? Jeremy Pena, is he our shortstop? What's going on here?
Well, let's look at this. So you have Yainer Diaz 6th in the catching voting. Jose Altuve is 3rd for second baseman, only 3,000 behind Jackson Holiday. He's only played 17 games there. Isaac Paredes is 5th. I would like him higher. Yordan Alvarez is 4th, like you said. Designated hitters, probably not even going to play in the All-Star game.
Right.
Jeremy Pena's 3rd. Okay, I like that. I think he should be higher than Bobby Witt. He's clearly having a better year than Bobby Witt Jr. Not necessarily a better year than Jacob Wilson average-wise, but I think he's a better player than Jacob Wilson. Jake Myers is in there at 19th. I don't see any Astros squeaking in the outfield all-star vote. And then let's see, who else do we have here? Any other Astros on this list? No first baseman. That's a mystery.
Brett. I am so upset right here. This is obvious bias. How is Paul Goldschmidt better than Christian Walker? I mean, Paul Goldschmidt only signed a 1-year deal versus what Christian Walker is.
I take you as serious as you took this picture I made of Jason Alexander. Come on now. But seriously, look, part of this is each team has a marketing team attached to their club. Well, You're not going to, as an Astros club, you're not going to say vote for the best candidate. You're going to say vote for every Astros player. What?
Breaking news. Isaac Paredes is back in the lineup.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. He's batting second.
Hold on. Wait.
He's playing DH though.
Did they just release that?
Yes, just right now.
Hold on. Oh, wow, he is. Look at that.
You obviously don't believe me. Where is it?
Well, no, because I was just looking at X, and no, it wasn't that I didn't believe you. I thought you were just making it up.
I'm kidding, Orlando. I was kidding about Goldschmidt. But yeah, who would have thought Goldschmidt? Everybody thought Goldschmidt was done with his career. And I was the kind of one that was like, yeah, the Astros should go out and get him.
Yep.
1-year deal. And see
there
what
it
happens.
is right there.
And
Isaac Paredes, DH. Hey, love to see him back in the lineup. That's good. But okay. Why do we not have
Dubon?
Why isn't Dubon playing third? Why is Guillorme in there playing third?
Because he's a good defender. He's got a great beard.
Okay. Well,
you got to play him while he's up. Just like he played Shea Wickham while he's up.
Hey, I'm not as upset about that as I am about these all-star hats. Oh my God. Yeah. The all-star hats are horrible.
Whoa. Let's hold your horses there. I'm going to give you the whole next segment to talk about the all-star hats. That's whole 8 minutes designated to you. I'll even put you on big screen and everything.
I don't need 8 minutes. I just need like 2 to God, who's making these decisions, Major League Baseball? You need to fire some people. I mean, it's bad.
Hey, guys, stay tuned. Brett's going to give us his evaluation of the All-Star hat, and it's very good. He gives it 5 stars. We'll talk about that next.
Now, while I may not give the next All-Star hat 5 stars, there are 5 stars on it. But you know what I will give 5 stars? Open Phone. Go to openphone.com right now /LockedOnMLB. You'll get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to Open Phone. You ask me, Wheelhouse, what is Open Phone? Well, let me tell you, if you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe. If the plumber that you call didn't answer, do you wait for him to answer? No, you call the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important, and that's why you need Open Phone. Open Phone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. I mean, whether you juggle 2 phones or 3 phones in your company, it gets incessantly annoying. Why? Because you always seem to miss that call. And then your whole team, y'all may share 3 or 4 different numbers. Well, now you can have one number and share one inbox versus having all these other places to go. Never miss a call again. Open Phone is offering the Locked On Astros listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com /LockedOnMLB. That's openphone.com /LockedOnMLB. And if you have an existing number on any of your service, Open Phone will port those over for free, no extra charge. Go to Open Phone today. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day, whether it's in Nebraska, Grand Island, Nebraska, or Houston, Texas. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Make us first listen, Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out. So I know that Brett got firsthand look at the hat today, and he absolutely loves it. He wants to buy me one. He wants to buy his son one. He wants to buy everybody in his family one. Right, Brett?
Eric,
wait, I think the mic is muted.
No, it's not. Can you hear me?
No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm having some we're having some issues with the sound. I don't know if y'all are hearing it. I know I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. StreamYard's been acting funny. So I'm just giving this disclaimer. If what was coming through to y'all is spotty or in and out, we've been having issues with StreamYard since they went down this year, because I'm having all kinds of issues on my end. I'm just throwing that out there. All right. I'm going to start with the good. I'm going to be a little positive here, Eric. I like the AllStar game patch. Okay. The patch on the side of the hat is actually pretty cool. Okay. I like the material on the panels on the side of the hat and the back of the hat. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's when you get to the front of the hat that it looks like, and I can't tell you what it looks like on air because it would be inappropriate, but it looks really bad, okay? Whoever ordered the 5th panel on this hat needs to be reprimanded, not fired, but they need to be reprimanded and maybe make hats for the cartoon Caillou, because these are terrible. I mean, not only is it overloaded with stars, that 5th panel on the top makes it look absolutely absurd. Okay. I like the H. I like the coloration of the star. I like the bright red and the blue. It is Atlanta colored. It is the Atlanta flavor, but it is just a bad hat. I'm not going to show you the picture of me wearing this. These pictures actually, Eric, are from like 2.5 weeks ago. Like, I saw this hat before it was even released to the public. And I was like, at first, like, oh, cool, because I had heard that we had the new AllStar hats at Lids. And so I looked at them and I was like, at first, I was like, it's not bad. And then I was like, oh, good Lord, this is hideous. Like, why is there a 5th panel? Like, do I need do I need forehead protection? Does a metal plate go under this hat? I'm sorry. They're terrible. The jerseys are terrible. The home run derby says A, lowercase a with an L. And my only response is, who's Al? Like, what are we doing? Can we just go back to doing the team uniforms? I don't care about money right now. The team uniforms, the team hat with the AllStar patch, with the AllStar patch on the jersey, or I don't know, just why is this such a hard thing? Why is this so difficult?
People keep on buying the hats. That's why.
But everybody I talk to that wears hats on a regular basis can't stand these. They hate them. They hate these
people
hats.
Still buy them, and until people stop purchasing them, they're
if you want to keep getting sucky AllStar hats, stop buying them. Stop buying these. I mean, this is crap. They are cheeks. They're terrible. I thought they were worse than last year, Eric. This is what you do. You take off that top panel, which looks ridiculous. You take off the 2 stars, and then you just put the Astros logo, put a little red, a little red navy in there, and boom, you've got a perfect AllStar hat. I could redesign that hat, and I promise you it would sell a lot more than this one.
Maybe that 5th panel was just a way to make it where it's just cut and paste. You just put the different team's logo there. Just insert here.
No, I'm telling you this. There are some hats that are coming out, some hat designs that are coming out, guys, that are not good, that are not fun. And the people that are making the decisions on these hats, I don't know where they're getting these people from. I don't know if they're think tanks from Ivy League schools or people that have never played a sport in their life, because they are very dismissive of just anything going on in the hat community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would have even been okay with a trucker style hat like they did in spring training, even though the players said it hurt their ears whenever they made those. But at the end of the day, you're right, Eric. It's all about making money, but can we get a focus group? Can I hit up the focus group for the hats? That's what I want to do.
Well, a lot of people are asking about Yordan Alvarez. When is he coming back? Well, apparently, according to Astros, both him and Zach Zinzo stayed in Houston. They're going to continue their rehab. They have not progressed to hitting yet. So it's probably going to be a long time before either one returns, at least definitely Alvarez. I think they're playing it safe with him. Somebody says, is it going to be 2 weeks? Is it going to be 2 months? Is it going to be, what is it? We don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I think the only person that really knows is Alvarez, because he knows how he feels and he knows when he's ready or not. So the other guys, like we said, the pitchers, they're all due back around the same time. Lance McCullers will probably come back a little bit sooner, depending on how bad the right foot sprain is. So like Brett said, maybe 2 to 3 starts, but we'll see. But the other guys are not due back until late July or early August. So the Astros are going to have to do what they've been doing all season, play with some players short and just figure out how to piece together a lineup. That's why Guillermo is in the lineup today. That's why you have
I get that.
a piecemeal lineup.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I want to say hi to Joe Tanchina, I think is how you say it. He is from Italy and he's an Astros fan. So Joe, thank you for watching the show. Grazie, as they say in Italy. So thank you so much. Eric, let's not forget, we have an international audience from the Dominican to Mexico City, now to Italy. We have people from Ukraine. We have Korean listeners. I mean, we actually have Australian, New Zealand listeners. We got people in West Hollywood, father, sons watching us. We've got families watching us from San Diego, all over the United States. So we thank y'all for making Locked On Astros Nation a huge.
And I proudly wore this shirt in Dallas today because I had to do a layover and people were looking, give me the look.
Did you get booed?
No, but I just got some looks. I was only in Dallas for about 2.5 hours, but definitely I got some people looking at me like with the hat and the shirt. They're like, come on, man.
Did you give anybody the finger?
No.
I'm joking. No. I'm joking. Why not? I'm joking.
I'm not Brett dancing. Come on.
I don't give people the finger.
No, and I'm not a New Yorker.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Watching from, sweet. Mature in Venezuela. Hey.
I don't know where that is compared to where my wife is from, Maracaibo. So, but I don't know where that's from, how close that is. But anyway, so Brett, I know today it's going to be Ryan Gusto making the start. It's going to be a late one.
9:40.
9:40 or 8:40?
Let me look. I thought it was 9:40, but I might be wrong. Is it 8:40? No, 9:05.
9:05. That's crazy.
9:40, 9:05, tomato. It's all the same. It's too freaking late. That's all there is to it. It's a problem with the West Coast. It's too late. How do y'all do it out there? I don't get it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, SFA Powerhouse said I should have wore that shirt in Cleveland. I'm sure I can make it to Cleveland at some point this summer. But I have that shirt that Alex Bregman, you remember after that playoff series, when I think it was Mike Clevenger said the Astros offense is nothing special.
Right.
And you have Bregman's face that says nothing special or whatever the shirt says. But like half of my breaking T-shirts, all the guys are gone now. It sucks. Like the King Tuck shirt, and you have the Charlie freaking Morton, and then you have the where the F is Toro shirt.
You could wear that King Tuck shirt when he comes back with the Cubs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably going to see a lot of Kyle Tucker jerseys. You're going to hear a ruckus crowd, a loud crowd cheering for him. I don't think anybody's going to boo that guy.
Right.
He made the last out of the last World Series we won. So apparently Correa was getting booed. But Correa is now just another guy, right? He's just a guy.
He's been gone long enough for him to be just another guy. So I think that's the point. And I don't know if there's ever the Astros really had any chance of really signing him.
Yeah.
I think that they probably did their made it look like they tried to sign him, but I don't think he was ever coming back. Just like some of these other guys, they never really were coming back.
So Eric, I have a question. You did mention all the festivities going on there in Omaha. How far are you from the stadium?
Right now, I'm about 2.5 hours because we had to drive pretty far. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're not like in Omaha proper.
No.
You're not. Okay. Dang it. Okay. I was going to say, well, man, if you're close,
I'm about Austin from Texas or something.
Okay.
From Houston.
Okay. But are there people staying in your hotel that are there for the World Series? Okay. Well, you never know. I mean,
hotel could be that bad because I know that my mentors, he stayed in Omaha and their hotels are pretty packed right now. And there's a lot of baseball players there yesterday. So we had a guy that was trying to get an elevator with a bag full of bats and everything. And he kept on trying to jam it up. So it's interesting to see all that. But guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Brett, thank you for doing this. This was kind of hey, let's test this out at the hotel and see how it works. And then we're like, hey, let's do the podcast. So, guys, thank you for being the best part of the Locked On Astros podcast. Maybe we'll see you later on. Brett may do a podcast later tonight. But, guys, thank you for making us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. And we will see you tomorrow. And see ya.
Go Astros.
This is Walker Yannick.
What are you doing?
1-1.
Omaha's got you thrown off.
I'm tired.